Okay, hello again. This is exercise 6, page 141. The stock of Business Adventures sells for $40 a share. Its likely dividend payout and end of year price depend on the state of the economy by the end of the year as follows. Boom, normal economy and recession. Dividend for a boom economy is 2 and the stock price is 50. For a normal one is 1 and 43. Recession 0.5 dividend and $34 as stock price. Calculate the expected holding period return and standard deviation of the holding period return. All three scenarios are equally likely. When they said that all three scenarios are equally likely, this means that the probability of occurrence for each of the state of the economy is equal, which means 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, or 33.33% or 0.3333, and so on. This is one. Two, we were asked to calculate the expected return, which is the mean for the holding period return, and the standard deviation. So we need first to calculate the values before calculating the standard deviation. But first of all, let's calculate the holding period rate of return. We learned that P0, the price, or today's price, is $40. Okay? So the holding period return is P1 minus P0 plus cash dividend over P0, or it's the ending price minus the beginning price plus cash dividend over beginning price. So for the booming economy, the holding period rate of return will be equal to 50, which is P1, minus P0, which is 40, plus the cash dividend divided by P0. It will be 30%. Now for a normal economy, the holding period rate of return will be 43 minus 40 plus a cash dividend of 1 and divided by P0 again, it will be 10%. And finally, for a recession, the holding period rate of return will be equal to $34 as P1 minus $40 as P0 plus a $0.5 of cash dividend divided by P0, and holding such a stock will have a negative return of 14%. That was step 1. Step 2, we need to calculate the expected return and variance followed by the standard deviation. Now for the mean, as we said in the previous problem, it's sum of probability times return. So it's equal to the first probability times the return for the first state of the economy, which was a booming economy, plus P2 times R2 plus P3 times R3, and it will be equal to 8.75%. Okay. Now the variance, it's sum of probability R minus expected return squared. So it's equal to P1 times R minus R hat, or expected return squared, plus P2 times R minus R hat, also squared, plus P3 times R minus R hat squared. Okay, and it's equal to 3.20%. Finally, the standard deviation is equal to radical variance. So it's equal to 17.88%. Okay. Okay. Now part B says it says calculate the expected return and standard deviation of a portfolio invested half in business adventures and half in treasury bills. Okay, so again, the expected return is equal to, okay, so I have prepared the following. We have choice to invest in construction industry. We will invest 50% of our fund in the construction industry and the other 50% in the treasury bills. The first part says calculate the expected return for your portfolio. So you made a diversification. The return of your portfolio. So portfolio return is equal to W times R. The W is the weight. We have 50% of our fund invested in construction and the other 50% is invested in treasury bills. So the expected return for the portfolio is 6.38%. Now we need to calculate the standard deviation. Again, the standard deviation for a portfolio is also equal to, okay, I forgot to write sum of W times R. Okay, the standard deviation is also equal to sum of W times standard deviation. Okay, now let's notice this. So it's equal to 50% times the standard deviation for the construction industry, which we have calculated in part A and was 17.88%, plus 50% times 0. Why is it so? Because investing in treasury bills has no risk, no default risk, therefore no standard deviation. That's why the standard deviation for investing in treasury bills will be considered as 0. So the average standard deviation for this portfolio, or the expected standard deviation for this portfolio, is 8.94%. Okay, thank you.